Keep trying new things out. Keep trying new things out. Say, I will try new things out. All right, my time is up. All right, let me just say this. The biggest threat to your second window of learning, and I say your second window of learning is a period where you learn by trying new things. So, but one of the biggest threats to your second window of learning is fear. Fear. Don't be castigated. Don't want to say, I tried this one, I failed. People will say, it's not working out for me. Keep trying things. Keep trying things. Keep trying. Try new things. You may fail, but keep trying. Another biggest threat to your second window of learning is scalar business. Scalar business. I'm not talking of business. I'm talking of busy. No, busy, being busy. Say, I'm busy. I'm busy. Yes, business. Scalar business. So what is scalar? Scalar. I've heard of the word scalar. Scalar. You've heard the word scalar. Vector. Is this an art school? This is a science school. I believe anybody I give the mic should be able to define scalar for me. This is a Federal University of Technology. So scalar quantity, right from my hand now. Scalar quantity, vector quantity. How many of you have heard of that? Scalar quantity, yes. For class student here now. I only say it's only some class students that used to do business. For class student here, yes. Scalar quantity, vector quantity, right? So what's scalar quantity? We say scalar quantity are what? Are quantities that have what? Magnitude, but no what? Yes, no direction. So scalar business. So what's scalar business? Scalar business is a business with no direction. You're just busy. Say, where are you? Can you come now? He said, I'm busy. Busy doing what? You're chatting. Busy. Busy. Many people are just busy. And I think for some people, the scalar business is actually the academics. You know, it's a pity that most people will go through school for 5 years, and they end up not using it. I know many graduates now. I have many graduates in my contact that currently now, they are doing well in life. They are CEOs of great firms, great companies in here, Nigeria. But the guy read microbiology. But if he graduated with a first class, but he's not using it now, currently. Not using it. Microbiology will not help him to do anything in that thing he's doing. So some people, for some of you here, your scalar business might actually be your course here in FPT. But you can not just do, you just have to engage that scalar business because you want to pass and leave the school. Understand? So you just have to follow up. You just have to follow up. But you must also have vector business. You must be busy with the right thing. You must have direction. Let your business have direction. You must have direction. What are the things you want to do? What are your passions? What do you want to work on? What new idea do you want to bring out to the world that will change the world? So because we have to draw out, we should not just keep ourselves low and remain being fed, like you not be fed with new information, new things, and you are just a consumer. No, we need to explore. Do you understand? You need to explore and try out new things. Try out new things every day. Are we together? All right. One last thing before I leave. General things you can try. You can try out. Now we're talking about trying this out. You say, what is he talking about? What will I try out? What are the things I want to try out? Where will I start from? Should I try? You don't even know what to try. You understand? So, but there are general things you can try out during your internship. During your internship, as you go for IT now, there are things you can try out. So how many want to know them? Things you can try out. One of the vital things you must try out during your internship is searching for knowledge. You must read books. You must read books. You must read wide. You understand? Readers are thinkers, and thinkers are great leaders. And they are the ones that will influence the earth. So you must read books. So this guy is Bill Gates. And you say, Bill Gates, wow. I want to be like that man. I want to be like Bill Gates. Bill Gates, wow. One of the richest man in the world. Wow. God, he has not dropped for like 10 years. He has not dropped. He's still among the 10. Many people that were second richest now, they're even among the 20. They have dropped. But Bill Gates is still there. Wow. I want to be like Bill Gates. Do you know what Bill Gates is doing? I was reading a book and they say Bill Gates is a voracious reader. You know what I mean? He reads like every day. He finishes books upon books per week. So one of the things you can try out is read books. Just keep reading books. Read books on your field. Read books outside your field. Read books so that you'll be well equipped. Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Good. So try out reading books. Read books. Read a lot of books. All right. Say, I will try new things. I will try new things every day. All right. Thank you so much.
Can we put our hands bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger for him? Yeah. How we doing? How's that section? How's that section? Awesome. Okay, so how many stages of learning do we have? Anything? Feedback now, good feedback. You say? That was good. We have 3 stages of learning. So how can we, what are the 3 stages? Who can help us? 3 stages. The 3 stages, sharp, 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 sharp. Learning by, someone say learning by observation, good. Anything? No. Good. Then the third one, professional learning. These are 3 different types of learning we have. Any question about what we just finished here? Any clarification? Do we need any clarification? Anybody? Any clarification? Any clarification? Okay, it's fine. Please and please, I want all of us to go up to our phone. Yes, please, can you bring out your phones? Don't know how to call it time now. Don't know how to call it time now. Bring out your phones. Yeah, bring out your phones and go to your YouTube. Go to your YouTube. Go to your YouTube and search for Jewel Academy, please. It's just something very fast we're about to do. Go to YouTube, search for Jewel Academy. You are live on Jewel Academy. You are live on Jewel Academy. So you could subscribe to that channel now. Just click on subscription, then watch the live. That is me. You see me now. Yes, it's me that you see. You see me now. Then you just drop a comment also there. Drop a comment there. Pick up the link. Go to your status on WhatsApp, on Facebook, and drop that link for other people to join us and learn in the course of this event. Are we together? So please, let's do it very, very fast. Secondly, there will be opportunity for some people to go home with some mouth-watering gifts. And how can you get into that competition? It's something very fast. You will either you take a picture of yourself seated here, or a short video of yourself seated here now, then you post it on Facebook, and you will now tag Jewel Academy while posting it. Then you will also post alongside, you can have it 2 slides of post. You can also post the flyer of this event also, and write something about the event that is going on now. Then you leave it between now and the end of the program. We'll check the person that is having the most interaction, and that person will go home with something. Are we together? It's just something very short. So the person with the most interaction goes home with something. Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? I should carry my gift. Should I carry my gift? Yeah, so let's run it ASAP. Then we will. Then we'll move to the next event for this program. The next person coming up to speak to us. Hello. The next person coming up to speak to us, I knew right back in 2015-16. And he has been an awesome individual. He started coding in the year 2017. And he has been doing so well for himself. He's a student of this institution, and is in mechatronics engineering. He's in his 4th year and is astounding at what he does. Can we all celebrate Anana Tedo George? Please can we celebrate him as he packs up his laptops for the presentation he has.
Okay, hi everyone. Sorry. Sorry, is it possible to switch this off? It's sort of distracting.
Just plug it.
It's not, no? Okay. I'm projecting the screen.
Link. Come call up. Send the link. Then set up this.
HTML. So how are we going to do the live demo then? I need to send you the code. I need to send you the websites that I'm opening. I need to send you the. That's why I said it's just better that I do it on my own. I don't understand.
Sorry. While we are trying to fix up the technical issue that is going on, we are having one of our
Okay, we're going to
students.
system. No problem.
There was one time a student of this
Sorry.
institution. There was one time a student of this great institution and studied engineering and believe
Yeah,
is a very big business person. If you are in GK and you don't know about his business or you don't know him, then you're not in GK. You're not in GK. So please can we please be on our feet as we make up
I've
for
used this
the
HTML
great man
before,
that
sure.
I know, the person of Sunny King.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Please let's get seated. Thank you. Thank you. Please, both of them.
This one is for online.
Ha, serious. How are we doing?
I'm fine, sir.
Please, I'd like to have our utmost attention at this time. My time here is very short. I'm going to speak for maybe 10 minutes. Is that okay? And every minute in the 10 minutes is going to count. So please, give me your maximum attention. Is that okay? I've not received a letter for this event yet. I'm sorry I have to say that here. But then, so I don't even know what I'm speaking about. So my plan was that when I come here, people tell me what to speak about, then I will prepare it, then speak. The letter was promised to come twice, and I didn't see it. Even this morning, I was still asking my people, did you get any letter for me? Maybe there was a letter that came and I'm not aware of. Because I really don't know my subject. I don't know the time allotted to me. I'm the one that gave myself 10 minutes. But then, life used to happen like that. There was an event I organized some time back, and my seminar engineer, usually when I organize events, I separate roles for everybody. So because only me cannot do everything. If I put somebody in charge of refreshments, your own is when you are done with your organization for refreshment, meet the financial secretary for money. I just approve it. So if I put someone else in charge of speakers, I'm not the one who should go and contact the speakers. Of course, I would have had a conversation with the speakers. So it's the person's role to deliver letters, to follow up, and do all of that. So that is how the organization is done. So there was this particular, like a breakfast event like this. In fact, I did it. We come. Is there breakfast? Have people eating? I didn't know. Because me, when I heard of breakfast, I was thinking that at least we'll take actual breakfast. Or this one is food for thought. All right. Maybe what we're having this morning is food for thought. But then it was a breakfast show too, and we made burger and tea. And somebody was in charge of that, and he did his job. He did a nice job, even though he went and bought actual cups. I was angry because I felt like that was a waste of money. Instead of you to have bought disposable cups, you bought actual 75 cups. What a, till date now, I don't know where those cups are. Somebody has stolen all of them. So it so happened that one of the speakers that came, professors were around, different people were around. One of the speakers that came, when it was time for him to speak, he was telling me like this, that he didn't get any letter, he doesn't know what topic it is, he should speak on. I was mad. Like, we have delivered letter a month to the event, and I called my seminar engineer, did this man not get his letter? He said he forgot. That was crazy. So I believe that God, is it karma they call it? God has planned it so that thing I did to somebody, because of course as a leader you have to take responsibility. You don't say it's your team member who did that thing. It's my event, I'm the one who did it. So that thing I did to someone, they have done it back to me this morning. However, I have a brief understanding that we are looking at how to maximize our IT period, is it not? So I'll just teach you a few little principles on how you can maximize your IT period. First of all, like I said, it's about to get serious. So listen to me carefully. IT period is not a distinct aspect of your life. So we call it an internship period of your life, but really, it is part of your life. And the way you will take every minute of your life important is how you should take this season important. The difference, look at me. The difference in this season of your life is that you have a bit more free time. The difference between this season, going on IT, or even going on holiday. Listen, you know the IT period, you have been having different ITs before the actual IT. Every holiday that you have ever had from remedial, IGMB, 100 level, all your holidays are a cumulation of IT periods.
Yes.
So it is only official at 400. Well, in my case, there was something that introduced 300 level IT for engineering students, and it was 3 months. I did it at FIRO, Federal Industrial Institute of Research, Oshodi, in Lagos. So After 1 month, they called it off. They called all of us back to school. They said they are not doing. They used us to do that test run, whether it was going to work. I think there was strike, a lot of stuff like that. But then every holiday. Now, the next 2 weeks there is an holiday. Let's even say you are not an IT student. There's an holiday for the next 2 weeks. And I've been asking people, especially 100 level students. I've been asking 100 level students, what do you intend to do with the next 2 weeks of your life? In fact, those of them that are close to me, I told them, you are not going home. They say, sir, make I just drop viral. Make I just click. Might just come up for now. So I know when you see me, you will say, I don't go out. And I'm like, no, you are not going home. You should stay back and do a retreat. One of them asked me recently, lady, she said, I said, personal development program. I said, what is personal development program? She wants to go home. She wants to eat food. I said, but you have been eating food all the while I have been. He said, that's one I've been surviving. I want to go and eat. And I'm like, okay, well, you can go and eat. But then why not, even if it's just 2 days, take out 2 days and do something extra. Listen, when you see somebody that is doing extraordinarily well, it's not game, it's not rocket science. It is that they did something extra. It is that they went the extra mile. Where their mates stopped, they went a step further. When I was a student, I'm a very practical person. That's why I told you I don't need to prepare what is it called? An handout to speak to you. Listen, when I was a student, I made a decision from home. I entered school at 17, very young. From secondary school, I came into school at 17. And I told my parents from home that, okay, now, bye-bye, I'm leaving. I'm not coming back until I am 20. And when I'm coming back at 20, I'm coming back with my car. Wow. So when I was 20, I went back home. Listen, I didn't go. We stayed in this GK. In 100 level, you are compulsory. You must stay in block. Is it block P or block Q in Boso? So we stayed in 100 level in Boso. And when I stayed back then, when it was time for first semester holiday, I registered for a computer training. They were doing skill acquisition. I registered to learn one. It was just a 2 weeks program. It was a fellowship that organized it. And I did that. Then I stayed back in school in my room and I started reading. And maybe I should drop that principle very quickly. The principle of seeking knowledge. It's supposed to be your lifestyle. Remember, I said your IT period only gives you freer time. Is it really free time? Yes, kind of a free time, but more. It gives you higher control of that time. Because there is no school timetable to compel you to come to a lecture at so time. Yes. There is no school timetable to compel you to write an exam or a test or something at a certain time. So it gives you a higher command of your time. Now, all of us have been given that time. I hope you know that God is not unfair. Everybody has 24 hours. Everybody is a product of what they did with their time. And you know what success is? Success is not a sudden event. It is an accumulation of small successes. What is success? It is the progressive attainment of your goals and plans. Take note of the word progressive. So it means that my eventual success is an accumulation of gradual successes. It means that today, when I'm going to bed, I should ask myself, did you succeed?
Wow.
When I'm going to bed this night, I should ask myself, did I succeed? As at yesterday, I already had a mental picture of how my day will go. That's why sometimes it's good for you to do a to-do list. When you wake up in the morning, what do I have as my agenda for today? I hope you know, some people don't even know how the day is going to go until the day is over. Then they now sit down. When you ask them, like, I saw a movie, just 3 seasons. 3 seasons. Just 10 episodes. Or if it's those anime people, 99 episodes. You know, and then when they are hungry, that's when they remember kitchen or where to go and buy food. And then you end up wasting the life. You could have been a bit more productive if, listen, I have too much to say in a very short time. Listen, I used to make this analogy. If I call 2 people and I ask them, what do you intend to do with your holiday? And one person says, I intend to sleep during this holiday. And I call the second person, what do you intend to do with your holiday? And the person said, I don't know. Now, the first person went home and slept all through. The person was sleeping 16 hours daily. Wakes up, bathes, eats, goes back to bed. The other person who left school without a knowledge, a plan of what he's going to do at home. He went home, he was sleeping. Sometimes he played football, then he watched Champions League, then he saw a book. Somebody just gave him a book. Maybe it was his birthday during the holiday. He read the book. The mother sent him somewhere. He saw something nice. He even learned his skill. You know, when I get back from the holiday, the person I will choose as my friend is the first person who made a decision to sleep and slept. If I'm to give a task, if I'm to employ any of those 2, I'll employ the first person. The other man happened to be productive by chances.
Wow.
The other guy, even though he chose an endeavor that wasn't productive, is somebody who can say, I will do this thing, and he did it. That's my person. So he had a plan to sleep and slept. You may condemn him that he wasted his holiday. All you need to do for that person is to give him focus. If you give him the right focus, he has the tenacity for achievements. So your IT period, or whatever period you call it, is a part of your life. The only difference is that you have greater control of your time. And if you are getting back on campus from IT, what did you achieve? Life will be asking you that question. I hope you know.
Wow.
Whether you like it or not, life will ask you certain questions. Needs will ask you questions. House rent will ask you questions. I hope you know. As you are progressing in life, hunger will ask you questions. MTN, they will tell you that, sorry, your data has expired. It will ask you questions. At such times, what's your desire? What are you hoping to do? Are you hoping to depend on one boyfriend? Are you hoping to depend on one girlfriend? Are you hoping to depend on your parents? Because no matter how much they keep training you, a time will come, their liver will cut.
Very true, sir.
Is that not? A time will come, you see that in that arrangement they call NYSC is just a grace period to just delay your responsibility. You see, after that 1 year of responsibility delay, it will still clear. Are you getting what I'm saying? Then you will be called upon to take practical responsibilities in life. I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to generations. I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to great people. I don't know, great people are seated here. Yes, I mean, extremely great persons are seated here. I have spoken like this. I used to do a program, Genius Motivation, for freshers. It's a school program approved by the Vice Chancellor for 100 level students. What is it called? Remedial students, IGMB students, and I was very, very faithful at it. I used to spend my resources. It's a free program from my company. I spend my resources every morning speaking to those people. And to today, it amazes me that giants have risen from it. Some time ago, I was in Boso about a month ago, and one young man met me. He says, I'm in IBB Lapai. You came to my school when I was in JSS2, and you spoke. Sir, he says, sir, I dey cash out today. That was the word he was using. He said, sir, I did cash out. Sir, do you know one of the skills, because I brought in some people to train them on some different skills. And he said, one of the skills you taught me is what I'm doing today. I'm in 200 level in IBB Lapine. And it is what I'm doing today, and I'm cashing out. Thank you, sir. In JSS2. So I know that as this program is going on, words are powerful. I hope you know words are spirits. There are deposits on your heart. I know as you are living here, you're going to start thinking, what am I really doing with my life? What am I really doing with my time? I think it's time to stop playing the child. I think it's time to wake up. You know, the problem is that Africa, you are being pampered to think that you're a child for too long. I did a research. Most of those great men, do you know they're married outside the country? Those white guys, they're married at 22, 20. That's why you see professors at 25. You see people who are done with school already at 16. But your own, by the time they use strike to leading your life, by the time you are 20, you don't know that it's time for responsibility. You are 18, you don't know that you're already becoming a man. You are 12. Do you know I was in GSS, no, SS1, and I told my parents, because then when they give us money, my mom knows that you must complain. So when we are going to school, to boarding house, they'll give you 600. That's like, I'm talking about your term, your entire term, 600 naira. Then you complain, because my elder brother used to complain. You just form. You say he's not going to school. I say you are going to school for your parents. Say he's not going to school. He's not going to resume. So they'll add 400 naira. It becomes 1,000. The person will complain again. Instead, they know they want to give you 1,500, but if they give you that 1,500 directly, it's problem. You will still complain. So they keep giving you 600, 200, 300 until the thing becomes 1,500. Then you are excited. And you are good. So this trend continued. JSS1, JSS2, JSS3. And then by SS1, I just thought to myself, I can't continue like this. I can't do something. And then I made a vow. I will never ask my parents for money again till I die.
Wow.
It was in SS1.
Wow.
It was in SS1. And that was the end till date.
Wow.
What did I do? That 1,500 they gave me, there's this peanut. I think it's yellow and red. These peanuts, there used to be like 12 of them. It's 10 naira. You know that peanut? They used to sell it 10 naira in the talk shop of the school, of my federal government college where I attended. So I now bought them. I saw that at 10 naira, I'm making more than ×2 of the price, of the cost price when you buy in pack. So I decided to buy, and I started selling it 2 for 15 naira. So while they are selling 2 20 naira at the talk shop, I was selling 2 15 naira. And that was the end. And you know, boys, I was selling the hostel in SS1. It will amaze you. Sorry, sir. It will amaze you that from that peanut, in a week, I made over 1,000 naira as profits. Remember, what I was giving as my pocket money for the term. You know, a term lasts for like 3 months.
Yes, sir.
For the entire term was 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. I was making over 1,000 naira every blessed week. Luckily for me, my father was appointed as a PTA chairman, deputy chairman, vice chairman of the PTA of our school. So he always had meetings in school, almost on weekly basis. So he became my supplier. So when he's coming from, because the problem was, well, I will buy it. Because you are in boarding school, you can't be signing exit card to go and buy peanuts. In fact, they shouldn't even know you are selling peanuts in the hostel.
Wow.
It's a problem. But you know, that opened my eyes. Before you know, I was just in the dormitory. Before you know, my house captain became jealous. Because the house captain had a special room. They call it the box room. So he said, he has the facility to sell this thing. I said, okay, sir, you can. By the time his eyes opened that he can sell this thing, we're already SS3, we're about leaving. Do you understand what I'm saying? My point is, you're not small to start taking responsibility for yourself. And the only way you can do this now is to begin now. Begin with every holiday. So you may be here, you may say, oh, well, I'm not going for any. Oh, my God. There was a lady that came 2 months ago to my place at King's Corner, close to the hostel. And she said, I came with a testimony. I said, what's the testimony? She left home. She's a 400 level. She left home with 3,500 naira. That's all. Her parents, they are so broke. After they struggled to pay her school fees, they gave her 3,500 naira. And she said that I've been speaking, she has been under my speakings for the last 3 years. And every time I speak, she feels like jumping into action. But that thing has been keeping her. And that there was a picture I posted because I used to be very hilarious. So I was working on the site, we were building. So and I joined the people that were working. I said, let me see how they make 2K in a day. These guys come and do labor work. And after all the labor of the day is 2,000 naira. Because me, I like my labor to be stemming out of the brain. Is that not? So, but then I wanted to join them. So I joined the laborers. I was paying them. So I joined the laborers and I was carrying concrete on my head and we're building. So I worked from morning till evening. So I snapped myself in the concrete. I know the way we used to catch crews on WhatsApp. And I put it, finding urgent 2K. I just tag it and put it on my WhatsApp. In search of urgent 2K. Life is not easy. Some people were sending me, sorry. God, what is happening, my brother? You know, after I put that thing, a lot of this thing, by the end of the day, 1 week passed, nobody sent money. I said, what kind of word are we inside? After all the sorry, all this thing, nobody still sent me money. You still have to hustle, you know. So one lady saw it, and when she saw it, she said, this man at this level can humble himself and carry concrete, and that became a message. So when she left home with 3,500, she resumed in Boso. She couldn't afford accommodation. So she had learned before then how to bake. So she started baking donuts, egg roll, pop-off, and started selling in the hostel. She was still squatting with someone. By the time she came to GK to see me, to share her testimony, she said she has saved about 35,000 or 40,000. That was 3 weeks into resumption.
Wow.
And she said her hostel fee was it 45,000 or thereabout, and that she was saving to what? To pay up her hostel fee. I think I am already dropping my points already, right? One of the points you should learn is wisdom. You must intermeddle with wisdom during this time. You must intermeddle with wisdom. And one of the ways you intermeddle with wisdom is look for quality relationships and interact with them. In your IT place or during your IT season, they may not be found at your IT place. They may be found on your way to IT. They may be found inside the keke. You must be sensitive enough and observant enough to capture wisdom wherever you find it. You know, and while she was interacting with me that she's saving that money, I said, no. Don't pay hostel fee. You are going on IT, you have just 1 semester. Keep squatting. She said, no, she came. Finally, she can pay. I said, no, carry that money and pay hostel fee. Keep squatting.
Wisdom.
You know, if she had not interacted with me, she would have paid the hostel fee. The semester is over now. She has that money and she has stayed. She said, Porter is this. I said, don't worry, all these hostel things, we are used to these things. Don't worry, you survive. Run away when they are coming. Just look for something. Go to that porter, go and see him. Tell him that, see, you are from a special home. And see, this property is government property. You will all survive. Give him something. You know, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that you can have, that is the benefit of interacting with people who have gone ahead of you. Is that not? It's the benefit of interacting with people who have gone ahead of you. Because they have seen so much of the things that is in your future is in their past. So you are able to learn
Very true.
accurately. Is that okay? My time is gone. I thought I said I was speak for 10 minutes. So it is part of your life. Make that time count. Develop quality relationships. And when I say quality relationships, please, anytime we're talking about relationship, the thing that is coming to our mind is official work relationship. Develop love relationship too. Hello? Yes, you don't. Oh, yeah. Okay. If you are going to meet your life partner during your IT, meet the person. Hello? You are pretending as if. Listen. There's nothing wrong if you are in 100 level and you are in a relationship. I don't teach that there is something wrong. Of course, it could be a distraction. Yes. But if you find purpose in that thing from that early age, and you are serious with your life, and the person you met is genuine, and you know that two cannot work together unless they be agreed, right? So if you are agreed with the person and you know that this thing is leading to something purposeful, please pursue it. Is that okay? At least one of the benefits is that it will blind your eyes to other distractions. If you are a good person and you are focused on making something out of life, it's going to blind your eyes. So, and you know, two heads are better than two good heads are better than one. You know that?
True, sir.
All right. Okay, so please, as we are talking about relationship during IT, if you perceive something nice, don't blind your mind. You know, some of us have been so hot from previous relationships. You are so hot from what the guy did to you. You can't believe you gave your all, and then the person disappointed you. Then you blind your heart. Even when the right person is coming, the good one is coming now, because your heart is so blinded from the hurts of the past, you miss the person. So it's part of the relationships you should develop. Is that okay? Then I can't finish stressing knowledge. I'm a person that is given to knowledge. I love to read. I love to search, because whatever I'm doing, I want to do it uniquely. During your IT season, be problem solving oriented. Be problem solving oriented. When we're done with our IT place, even though my IT, our boss at work was angry with all of us during our time, but even inside his anger, he said, "You, if nobody benefited from me, you benefited the most from me." While you were here, you designed and fabricated. You know, it's engineering. We are doing design and fabrications. So while you were here, you designed and you fabricated so and so. And the extent of dexterity in your fabrication, because I was the only one who created something. I created for myself. I got materials. I got about 30,000, bought materials, brought it to our workshop, and I made it by myself. Is that okay? And always think, be creative. Is that okay? In your problem solving, think of being different. Think of something that gives you the edge. Do you know what I define knowledge as? I break knowledge into 3 words: know, L, and edge. Know, then the L in between, and then there is edge. What does it mean to have an edge? To have an edge means to have an advantage over others. By the time you are done with school, everybody left with first class or 2-1. All of you are the same. What gives you the edge is that thing that you know.
Wow.
So knowledge is that which gives you the edge. It is what you know and you keep learning. So you don't stop learning. So even as I'm standing here, I'm still giving to learning. It's a lifelong project. There's no time when you come to say, I'm done learning. No, it's a lifelong project. You keep learning, and you keep learning. Pick up extra graces as you go on IT. It may not be the exact thing that you are supposed to be doing. It may be something that is not really within your line, but it's an extra grace. While I was going on my IT, I saw a small window to learn how to grill fish, and I went and registered. It was 2 weeks training, and I learned how to grill fish. I saw another opportunity on how to roast yam in Tunga around Shore Road. I was wearing a brown suit. When I came, I said, I want to register, I want to learn how to roast yam. And they were laughing. You know, and then I just removed that suit. I flung the suit and sat down with where they are making this thing. And they opened their eyes. I said, this guy is serious. I said, Mama, take me in. I want to learn how to roast yam. Yes, we did farming in the village. That is crude. There's a technology. Because I'm always interested in knowledge. There's a technology in this, your roasted yam. There's something you know that makes your yam taste like this. And I like roasted yam. So I want to learn how to roast yam. Then I now went to Andala Suya. I said, I want to learn how to make suya. Then I had an oven in the hostel. So when I come back, I buy meat, I go and make my suya. Whatever I practice, I will put it in the oven and learn how to make the suya. Wow. Now, all of those things I was learning, I don't necessarily need them. But that's why they are called extra graces. You don't know where you will need them.
Very true.
You may be working in an organization and they want to downsize the staff. And everybody came in with the same qualification. Now, they want to downsize staff. The thing that will keep you on that job is the extra graces. They say, although anytime we operate on no day, these guys are being on gen. He's on the counter, he's in the bank. He's on the counter. His role is working as the person on the counter in the bank, right? But because he has expertise with Jen, anytime operator is sick, he's the one that used to go and rescue them. As they want to downsize, they say keep him because of that extra grace.
Wow.
They say this lady, oh no. There's this joy that comes into the banking or anytime we resume in the morning. She comes, she's dancing. She just dances into the hall. And then she's smiling. And everybody's excited. This one is a crack joke. No. Even if we remove all our stuff, let's not remove this one. That's how management thinks. This one, the crack joke. That's not part of the role. That's an extra grace. Wow. It's something extra the person is able to do. So while you are on the pursuit into your defined place, your defined purpose, that thing that you are looking forward to, think of picking up extra graces. You don't know when your main oil will finish. Is that okay?
Very true.
All right. My time is up, right? Okay, let me just stop here. Focus. Finally, focus. If there is anything that is going to keep you on this journey, is having your eyes fixed on your vision. Having your eyes, your gaze fixed on your vision. He that hears the sound is he that has the dance. Other people may not be hearing the drum beats. There is a drum beat about your future that you are hearing. There is a drum beat about where you are going to that only you can hear. And that thing that you can hear, dance according to that pattern. As you see me, that's why I'm not ashamed. Do you get what I'm saying? You may see me nicely dressed like this. You may see me again. I'm in short, one dirty short nigga doing something somewhere. And then you may be laughing at me. Why is this guy's life like this? Yeah, you can't hear the drum. I'm the one hearing my drum. And by virtue of hearing my drum, I am able to be focused. I don't care what it takes. I pursue based on what I can see. Some 2 years ago, King's Corner was doing so well, and the place was demolished. And before it was demolished, I already perceived that it was going to be demolished. So they came, the school management came, they brought letters. I did everything to save the place, and they demolished the whole place. And I just borrowed 1.2 million, 1.2 million to invest, to enlarge the place. I built one place, brought glass, covered the place with glass. Some of you were there. Some of you saw those expansion. I just came back from Zaria. I was doing some restructuring and doing all of that, and they demolished the place. And I was smiling. But I'm a focused person. I'm a very focused person. And I don't care. If the whole world can go one direction, I'm willing to stand alone. Because I'm hearing a strange drum. So when that was done, they came and said, okay, the only way we can compensate you now is come and take 2 shops at Otramboden. I said, no, sir, I'm not taking. That's focus. They said, we are giving everybody shops. Everybody has resettled. We have settled them. This. I said, no, I'm not taking. There's this new market beside PG school here. Besides PG school, they cleared the place. They say, okay, King, come. We are going to give you the biggest land. Build whatever you want to build. I said, sir, that's not my location. I'm not taking. And they said, this is impossible. And I began to write letters. And I wrote well over 100 letters. I wrote letters as far as Ministry of Education. And I began to demand for that which I can see. And everybody thought I was a madman. 14 months had gone. 16 months had gone. And the VC I was petitioning before was about to leave office. One day I saw a text on my phone. The VC was calling for a panel. He had seen letters upon letters upon letters, and he called almost all the professors in the VC's office, and he said, King, come and defend your project. And I got to that podium and began to speak just like I'm speaking to you. I said, I believe I am a change agent. I hope you know I'm employed here, this entrepreneurship center, even though I'm not serious like that with work, but I'm a staff here. I'm a mentor. I'm also it's a free employment, but I have an employment letter from this entrepreneurship center as a mentor for students. And then I presented papers, and somebody was talking about documentation. And there was a particular letter that was in 2016 from the VC, which was hidden. Some of those people in some of those places, which some big people, directors, they hid that letter, and I brought out a photocopy of that letter. I said, by virtue of this letter, I have already communicated my intentions for this campus. And by virtue of this communication, there was an approval in so year. And on this ground, I began to, it was like a litigation. And I began to make my case known. And, sometimes there will be things that will be thrown at you to dissuade you from your vision. Hello? And some of the things that will be thrown at you will be very pleasurable. You may be learning a skill. You are just inside and you are focusing on something and focusing on something. And then somebody is calling you to leave that skill to come and take a job that is mouth-watering, where they'll pay you 150. And you know that you are building something massive. And this job is going to stop you from building what you are building. And that may be a distraction. Please be sensitive. It's not every time it's a distraction. It may be God's way of helping you to raise money to focus on your vision, right? But sometimes that thing that sounds good may just be a distraction. And then instead of you to leave that mouth-watering offer to focus on your dream and keep pursuing your dream, you just feel, this entrepreneurship I know who wants to suffer, man, the office, man, they sign later. Is that okay? My point is very simple. Don't lose your focus. Do not lose your focus. Try to do that thing which you need to do to get to where you need to get to. You may start very little, but be persistent, be determined, be focused, and keep pursuing. And I know that whether it is IT period of your life or it is an holiday period of life, is going to yield positive results. Thank you so much.
Oh, so wow.
Wow.
Like,
Hi.
they read my story back to back.
Yes, sir.
Wow, a lot of points to take. I trust you're the right thing or recording. You don't come to this kind of event and just go empty handed. You don't. Have a focus. Just about focus. Do not be dissuaded easily. So, we don't have any particular focus. Hallelujah. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so I want to ask a few questions. He said something about success. Success. What is success? There's a way you define success. So who can attend that question? There's a way you define success. Very easy and I can't hear you, sir. Okay, yes. Let us celebrate him, but it's not
Yes,
absolutely correct. The wrong word. Okay, that is your mind.
it's scattered like it was easy.
Yes, exactly. Can we celebrate her? It's a progressive accumulation of your goals, no matter how small they are. He has mentioned a whole lot. I hope we are learning this afternoon. I hope we are learning. It's so important. So very quickly, do you have any questions? I'm going to receive just 2 questions. Very quickly. Does anybody have any questions? Or you understand everything you dissected everything very well? Uh, okay. So while we're waiting for the person is to project the presentation by head, we are going to be receiving a special expression by someone very special. His name is Enoch. He'll be taking a very sweet song ministration for the next 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes. Please, Mr. Enoch, how are we celebrating him?
Good morning, everyone. I'm a vocalist actually, and I have musical instruments.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That will inspire. So I can't after parks, I think I just go and come to.
Okay,
My shop go.
let's see. Focus on.
They tell me come after me.
Yes.
Yeah, really hard.
Yes.
Abi?
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you one of the best choirs in the city of Vegas, Nigeria. All right, we're ready.
What time is it terminated? What time is it?
We're looking at 12:30.
Are they all the speakers? Is that all the speakers? Is that all the speakers?
No.
No? Who's the other speaker? Which speaker is running? Let me check for man. I don't have problem.
There are two more speakers. There's two more speakers.
Why are you picking up?
That one, they are the front. Yes, yes. Woo! All right.
That's so beautiful. Well done, Enoch. So calling out on our next speaker, I think everything is set now. And we make welcome, Sir. Okay, Sir what? Sir George, as it takes the next session. How celebrating?
Okay, good morning again. Sorry for the short delay. There was a problem with successfully streaming my laptop over to the TV, but now that's
Yes, it's
not.
coming.
The reason why I was trying to stream my laptop is because this is going to be an interactive session and featuring a live coding segment as well. So please keep your eyes open. We're going to talk about a pretty interesting topic. So the title of this talk is Supercharging Your Web Browser. And I'm going to teach you guys how to break the internet today in just 15 minutes.
Wow. That's cool.
I'm sorry, I'm breaking my mouth, sorry. So now
There's automation in industries. There's automation in the browser. There's automation in programming, in file operations, so many places. There are so many ways to use automation, but today we're only talking about the browser. So I'm just going to show you just quickly an introduction to how to automate your browser and how to use this to complete certain routine tasks and supercharge your own lifestyle. So why is automation a powerful tool? What can you use automation to do? Imagine if you go on a website, say you go on Pinterest or Instagram, and you're able to download somebody's profile. You're able to download all the images in that place. You're able to go on ChatGPT and give it automated inputs. You're able to ask it to generate 70 articles at once for you. You have a form that you're filling, an application, a raffle, or a contest. You want to apply to it 1 million times, you can apply. It just depends on how much computing time that you have on your system. So that's why I call this breaking the internet, because if you have access to these tools, there are so many places you can apply them across the web. So simply, automation makes your life easier. Whatever task you need to do, as long as it's on a browser and as long as you can do it with your hand, you can ask the computer to do it for you. That's just the concept. Why are people scared of automation? Because there are so many ways. Powerful tool, with great power comes great responsibility. There are so many ways to abuse this tool. If you have an automated script, there's something called the direct denial of service attack. You can cut off somebody's website by passing too many requests. That's you ask their server for too many information that it can't keep up with you anymore. That's a direct denial of service attack, and that's done using automation. There are other things as well. You can do phishing attacks. You can do so many things with automation, but we are going to use it for good, right? So here's the guidelines to use automation for good. Web scraping, number one, ask for permission first. You don't just go and scrape somebody's website that you don't know them. When you're scraping a site, you have to ask for permission. Number two, don't overload the server. Don't execute a direct denial of service. You have to make sure that you are pacing your requests, you are spacing it well, so that it's not that you're overloading somebody's computer, you're not overloading a website, you're doing it timed. Always check if an API is available before you scrape a site. An API, some websites have back end. I know this is a bit technical, but if you want, you can go and look about it after this talk. You're able to find resources on the internet. An API is a way to just request for information from your website without going through the web interface itself. So you can ask for API data directly from your website. I'll show you something like that. And only use scraping as a last resort. That's when your when your task is too large, when you know that you can't achieve this reasonably in the time frame. That's when you use scraping, or when somebody is paying you for it. Because so this is the time for the live demo. Let's just quickly swap out to. So now today the target site is this simple site. It's a business directory site. Now the way that I got access to this site was that I work for a web agency in my free time or in my time outside school. So we wanted to reach businesses in the town in the USA where we are located. That's where we registered the business. So that's Sheridan, Wyoming. This is the business chamber website for Wyoming in the USA. We had to go and look for it and find and get access to it. And so on this site, every business in that state is listed. These over thousands of businesses. Just imagine a full state of the USA, how many businesses are inside. Now, what we wanted to do, wanted to carry this, wanted to get everybody's name, their section, what they do, and their phone number and website address, and put it inside a spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet that you can see here. And that was the plan. So how do you do this? The only way to do it is web scraping, because you can't sit down and be writing this one by one. So with web scraping, this task looks like this. 50 lines of code just inside this one screen. And I was able to generate a spreadsheet with over 1,000 entries just from these 50 lines of code. So it's able to streamline your work. There are certain types of tasks that it's be able to streamline for you. And so I'm just here to introduce you to this task. So as you can see here, the libraries that I use for this are Beautiful Soup and OpenPy XL, and I'll talk more about it later on in the talk. So the other site that I wanted to show you is this real estate site. I'm coming. So this real estate site was actually for a job. Somebody in the audience right now helps me to code this and partnered with me on this particular piece of code. So you can search at the top here for certain locations and certain houses. And this code was meant to automatically come here, click that, click that, click that, pick whatever you want, search for it, and display the results, then grab those results and put it into a spreadsheet as well. So that type of task, imagine if you are a real estate agent or somebody that is looking to buy a house and you want to perform data analysis on the houses available in your area. These are the types of tasks that web scraping allow you to do easily, simply, and quickly. So that's the plan. Now, how do we get into web scraping now that we know how to do it ethically? So there are certain Python libraries and tools, even though other languages have tools that also help with web browser automation or web scraping as it may be called. So the first one is Selenium. Selenium is the most useful one. What Selenium allows you to do is, imagine if you have your browser and you give your browser to your computer to operate. That's what Selenium allows you to do. Do this how many times, do this in this certain way, do this, click this button, fill this form, press enter this time, scroll down, do this JavaScript, whatever. That's what Selenium allows you to do. Beautiful Soup, when you get a HTML document, allows you to search through it easily. The rest of these also have their functions, but I am strapped for time, so I'll just skip over them first. So now that you know about automation, the next step is for you to go out. All these resources, everything that I just talked about, I learned it for free, completely free, online, on my own, at home, just with my network. It's available, it's fully available, and it's fairly easy to learn. Python is one of the easiest programming languages. It's not something you can't do. So look out for opportunities during your internship and afterwards, tasks that you perform that you can automate, things that are difficult for you to do, that you want to fill, and you can use your browser automation to do. And hopefully this also helps you as a path into programming, which is also a very great skill to learn. So before I go, I actually sort of rushed through the talk because I mostly wanted to speak about something first before I go. Apart from my work as a Python developer, I also serve as the project manager for Enactus Footmina. And this is an invitation for everyone here to join the Enactus team. Enactus is a team for entrepreneurs on campus. We are a society that tries to do good in Nigeria using business while making money. That's it. We operate in school. We have meetings on Wednesdays, and we just did a recruitment, but there's going to be another drive very soon. So please keep your eye open as it's coming out. We share it out to the group chat. Please, once you see Enactus, join. Thank you very much. We just represented Footmina in Lagos State at the Enactus Nationals, and it was a very, very fun experience at the Civil Center in Lagos. And we were there last year as well at the Echo Hotel. It's very, very fun, and we have the chance to represent Nigeria at the Enactus World Cup as well. So please join Enactus Footmina, and thank you very much for listening to my talk.
Can we celebrate Canada Kenny? If you know, sincerely speaking, with your church mind and with your true mind, so just like you're hearing something you don't know much about. Wait, no lie. I'm going somewhere with this. If you know you are just hearing automation, JavaScript, HTML, Python, You are thinking it was a snake. Wait. Ah, no, 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 no. You see, let me tell you something, right? The world has changed, and it is best for you to also change. The world is evolving. It's best for you to also what? Evolve. We have left the atmosphere of white collar job. We have left the moment where we are looking for a job. Now we are in the atmosphere of we are in the moment where we will create the job. Are you together? We are in the atmosphere of what we creating the job. I was asked to speak in a place, and I told them that yes, was doing mathematics orientation, and I told them this. Sorry, I'm a mathematician. So I told them that the essence why you are schooling is not for you to get this certificate and look for a job and look for a mystery. Never. The essence why you are in school is to get informed and get educated and get informed about real life situation, real life problem, and how to solve problem. Then you now get back to your society and solve problem by creating jobs, not you looking for a job. So the world has evolved. We are now in the technology line. We are now in the technology skill. There's no physical skill that we do now that is not in tech. And that's where there's mad money in tech. Somebody say there's mad money in tech. In all your getting, get tech skills. In all of your getting what? Get tech skills. In all of your are we together? Get a tech skill. Get a tech skill. Learn something. Learn something online. Let me now use online now. When I say online, you will not get it very well. Learn something online. Are we together? Part of your learning process, part of your internship, try to know everything about this online, about this. Okay, when Sunny King was speaking, or who was speaking about learning many things and things played out. Okay, so Sunny King was about him learning how to roast yam, him learning how to do zobo, him learning this and this and that. And I started looking at my life, and I found that I can program. I can work on WordPress. I can do graphic designs. I can work as a project manager, which I am working as. I I can coordinate things. I can do this. I can do that. And things did not happen just like that because of at a different phase of my life. I pick it up and say I want to learn this, and I actually learned it, and I practiced it. So now that in my company now, yes, I want a company. In my company now, if I'm employing somebody and then I'm telling somebody to do something, I actually know what that person is supposed to do. So that person cannot come and give me shabby work. Are we together? If I said, okay, I need a graphic design, that person cannot come and give me small design that is not well done. Are we together? Because I know what I want, the vigor that is supposed to be. So anything you find your hand doing, do it what? Learn something. Ensure you maximize it. Have a goal for your internship, for your break, for your holiday, and you enhance it. And God will help every one of us. God will help every one of us. God will help you. God will help me. Because
I
we
just
cannot
wanted
remove
to
the God
do a
factor in
surface
everything
level
we do.
introduction
Irrespective of
because
your religion,
it's
irrespective of
15
where
minutes,
you
so
stand. Even though you are a traditional worshiper, still believe in your tradition. I
yeah,
mean,
just
we are
automation.
doing Oju, we are doing Kanayo,
Yes.
still believe in what you are doing.
Python.
So can celebrate Shedra. Well, thank you everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. Um, I know we've been inspired. I want to be like sincerely, you didn't regret that you came here. Didn't regret well, we didn't come from coffee, 100, you didn't regret. Please, thank you so much. So now I'll be going on the last speaker. Um,
I know many of you were just like jumping up while Mr. King was speaking, as he was just showing them, like, don't, see, let me follow this man, I just want to learn more about business. I believe that was your thoughts. So now we're also inviting a great speaker also, and one that is a financial guru, also a teacher, a mentor, a motivator, a public speaker. Actually, it's not here physically, he traveled, but because of his value and his worth, and we know what he deliver and what he's going to do to us. So we actually asked him to do a video. So he did a video. I want you to pay attention and follow. You understand? Please pay attention and follow because I know you inspired. And we're going to be speaking on how you can maximize profitable relationships and create opportunities during your ideal period. I don't know if you love that topic. You love the topic. How to maximize and get profitable relationships during your ideal period. That will be relevant for you now and even after you graduate from this school. All right. Sit and listen. Thank you.
For this privilege to speak with my dear and IT students. Okay, I was privileged to do my IT in that was 2009, and I'm supposed to be speaking on the topic how to seize profitable
So I want to
opportunities
start
and
reading.
relationships.
So that's okay. Let me just go meet my friend that's around. So,
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited to be with us. Thank
okay,
you so
is there
much
anything else?
for this
Okay, no problem.
privilege to speak with my dear and IT students.
No, sure.
I was privileged to
Yeah.
do my IT
Okay,
and that was
no problem.
2009, and I'm supposed to be speaking on the topic how to seize profitable opportunities and relationships right during IT. So I remember in 2009, two of my friends, we all had
Yes, then I
a
think we'll
number
live
of
together.
options. I first had the option of doing an IT
Okay.
in case where I would be paid, okay,
So,
hands-on, right? But I looked at my schedules and looked at the fact that I wanted to learn some skills and let it be more areas of my life. And I had to fulfill that for another place. Okay, I was still favored to get a place where I would
okay.
be, but not as much. And I transferred
So,
that opportunity to my friend. And boy,
yeah.
that friend of mine made a lot of money. I think he made about sometimes he would make up to 8,000 naira, I mean 10,000 naira in a day. Okay, and he would go out for functions more than once in a week. So he was making a good lot of money. And this is 2009, about maybe 14 years ago thereabouts. So it's always an issue about should I make money or should I focus on learning? There's always that argument about IT. And right now, with the economy, I can really understand how it's quite a serious conversation to have because for very sincere
Okay,
reasons,
let's follow.
people will have to look
So
at the
let's just
opportunity
follow.
of making money during IT. And I'll
Is that
just let
okay?
my voice be
No, it's
a
okay.
part of
I
it.
told
I
him
know
that
other people are going to be
if there's
speaking
anything they want.
in similar areas too. Now, the
Okay.
first thing I really want to establish to us about this money thing is that in
Any
as
of
much
us?
as you make money, but
Oh,
it may not always be very sustainable. Okay, 6 months is quite short.
10 minutes?
I'm not saying that there's nobody that cannot make money in 6 months. In fact, even in 2 days, we set out. We have had people that woke up early in the morning and said in 2, 3 days they wanted to make a million and they did it. Yes. So all things are possible in that sense of the word. But then it takes a while to build wealth, okay, and even to sustain it thereafter. So what's my counsel? My counsel is not just to make money or not just to focus on learning, but to focus on both, but then prioritize learning. Okay? to focus on both while prioritizing learning. So for certain people, they focus on learning alone, some others focus on earning alone, but a
You
wise
said you
person
applied
should
for places,
focus
right?
on
You said you applied for
both
IT
as it were,
places, right?
yes, to
You said
learn
you've
and
applied for
also to
IT
earn.
places, right?
Okay?
Okay, good.
Now,
That means
it's
you're
quite a
scared.
short broadcast, so I will not
I
be
was
able to
kind of
go
scared.
so wide into a lot of things, but I'll be saying very strong things that will really put us on the right path. Now, by the way, I'm Isaac Atima, okay, English from business coach. All right. Um, Talking about opportunities, I want to talk about how to seize opportunities. Now, in the world of opportunities, please pay attention. You want to seize opportunities, probably opportunities to do business or opportunities to eventually get. So there are opportunities that, okay, during my IT, if I seize one or two opportunities, this might be a kind of system for me that by the time I go back on my 500 level and return, I can even serve here or I can, eventually get a job here, okay? Or I can have opportunities to meet new people or advertise my products or do my business and all of that. So there are opportunities, okay? Now, the concept of opportunity is dual. The first is that you should be able to discover opportunities, realize opportunities, take advantage of opportunities. But the second, which is more predictable, is you should be able to create opportunities. You should be able to create opportunities, right? So it's either you stumble on opportunities and you take advantage of them, or you create opportunities. And I would prefer you to hone your skills in being able to create opportunities. Are we following? All right. Now, there are about three ways you can create opportunities. The first is being in the space where opportunities can be birthed. Being in the space. So, where do you think most likely opportunities can be spaced? Number one is even the digital space. The digital space. Why it is good to go to a Lagos and Abuja where there are, so to speak, a lot of opportunities. That is if it is really so. You should understand that there is also a
Good
virtual
morning.
reality we now have in our day and time. So your first place of opportunity is the digital space.
Good morning,
So
ladies and
what videos
gentlemen.
are you
I'm so
dropping? What
excited
what what
being with
content are
us.
you uploading?
Okay,
How are
thank you
people
so much,
perceiving
Joel
you? Right?
Academy,
How are you
for this
projecting yourself?
privilege to
What
speak
platforms
with
are you
my dear
appearing in?
people, IT
Okay,
students.
on
Okay,
social media.
I was privileged to do my IT. I think that was 2009, and I'm supposed to be speaking on a topic: how to seize profitable opportunities and relationships right during IT. So I remember in 2009, two of my friends, we all had a number of options. I first had an option of doing an IT in a place where I would be paid, okay, handsomely, right? But I looked at my schedules and looked at the fact that I wanted to learn some skills, I wanted to build on some areas of my life, and I had to forfeit that for another place. Okay, I was still favored to get a place where I'll be paid, but not as much, and I transferred that opportunity to my friend. And boy, that friend of mine made a lot of money. I think he made about sometimes he would make up to 10,000 naira in a day, okay. And he would go out for functions from more than once in a week. So he was making a whole lot of money, and this is 2009, about maybe 14 years ago, thereabout. So it's always an issue about, should I make money or should I focus on learning? There's always that argument about IT. And right now, with the economy, I can really understand how it's quite a serious conversation to have, because for very sincere reasons, people would have to look at the opportunities of making money during IT. And I'll just lend my voice in a part of it. I know other people are going to be speaking in similar areas too. Now, the first thing I really want to establish to us about this money thing is that in as much as you could make money, but it may not always be very sustainable. Okay, 6 months is quite short. I'm not saying that there is nobody that cannot make money within 6 months. In fact, even in 2 days, if you set out, we have had people that woke up early in the morning and said in 2-3 days they wanted to make $1 million, and they did it. Yes, so all things are possible in that sense of the word, but then it takes a while to build wealth, okay, and even to sustain it thereafter. So what's my counsel? My counsel is not just to make money or not just to focus on learning, but to focus on both, but then prioritize learning. Okay, to focus on both while prioritizing learning. So for certain people, they focus on learning alone, some others focus on earning alone, but a wise person should focus on both, as it were. Yes, to learn and also to earn. Okay, now it's quite a short broadcast, so I may not be able to go so wide into a lot of things, but I'll be saying very strong things that will really put us on the right path. Now, by the way, I'm Isaac Atima, okay, a leadership and business coach. All right. Talking about opportunities, I want to talk about how to seize opportunities. Now, in the world of opportunities, please pay attention. You want to seize opportunities, probably opportunities to do business or opportunities to eventually get a job. So there are opportunities that, okay, during my IT, if I seize 1 or 2 opportunities, this might be a kind of system for me that by the time I go back from my 500 level and return, I can even serve here, or I can, eventually get a job here, okay? Or I can have opportunities to meet people or advertise my products or do my business and all of that. So there are opportunities, okay? Now, the concept of opportunities is dual. The first is that you should be able to discover opportunities, realize opportunities, take advantage of opportunities. But the second, which is more predictable, is you should be able to create opportunities. You should be able to create opportunities, right? So it's either you stumble on opportunities and you take advantage of them, or you create opportunities. And I would prefer you to hone your skills in being able to create opportunities. Are we following? All right. Now, there are about 3 ways you can create opportunities. The first is being in the space where opportunities can be birthed. Being in the space. So where do you think most likely opportunities can be spaced? Number 1 is even the digital space. The digital space. Why it is good to go to a Lagos and Abuja where there are, so to speak, a lot of opportunities. That is if it is really so. You should understand that there is also a virtual reality we now have in our day and time. So your first place of opportunity is the digital space. So what groups are you joining? What content are you uploading? How are people perceiving you, right? How are you projecting yourself? What platforms are you appearing in? Okay, on social media, on the media generally, on the internet. So be in the space. Number 2, be able to speak up. Now, speak up with value. Speak up with either what you want to give or what you want to receive. Be able to speak up. That's the second thing about creating opportunities or having opportunities. Be able to speak up. How many people have you told that you want this kind of opportunities? How many people have you told that you can offer this kind of value? Please pay attention to me. You need to speak up. You need to speak up. Make 10 calls. Make 50 calls. Make 100 calls. Okay, to certain persons, telling them that you want a job or a platform or an access of such and such kind, whatever kind of opportunity you are seeking. You want a place where they do IT and they can be retained. Do your research, speak up. Are we following? Then finally, this is a golden rule: offer value. Offer value. If you show up with value, you will create opportunities. If you show up now, some of us we may think that we do not have value. The truth of the matter is that there is some kind of value that you have that you can offer. Are you following? Let me give an example. If I want to do my IT in a university, let's just imagine that. And okay, I can see a professor, and that professor can give me access to do my IT in a university. I might want to access the professor not primarily by saying, "Sir, I need an IT in your place," and that works. But another strategy might be, "Sir, can I take your kids? Do you have your kids or colleagues' kids that I can just take? I want to do a free maths tutoring for 1 month for them." You say, "Okay, interesting." Right? Okay, well, can I get back to you on that by tomorrow? You say, "Okay," and by tomorrow you show up. And you say, "Okay, I've not been able to call people, but if I get anybody, I'll be able to call." You say, "Okay, sir. By the way, sir, I also want to do an IT in your department. Can I get that privilege?" Wow. You'll be shocked. That man will be more sympathetic to give you a placement of IT in his department because you have offered value. Do you see how to offer value? I'm not saying you should bribe, but show up as somebody that is contributive. Show up as somebody that has something to offer and want to be a blessing to others. Are you following? So these are ways to seize opportunities. Finally, on opportunity, be able to take advantage of them. You see, I tell us the truth. God gives us opportunities every day. God gives us opportunity every day. If you step out of your house, the likelihood is that you meet at least 100 to 250 people on a daily basis. You pass, bump into, meet at least 100 to 250 people if you go into town, if you go into the city, if you step out of your house. And every man carries opportunities. Every man carries privileges. So there's a lot of abundance. Then talking about the mind now. Do you know that the brain receives about 75,000 thoughts per day? The human mind processes about 75,000 thoughts in a day. Now, tell me something. Do you want to tell me that in all those thousands of thoughts, there's no single idea or strategy that can bump into your spirit, man? I tell you the truth, we live in a world of opportunities. It's just for us to become more self-aware and deliberate about what we want to do. Is that okay? Now, the next part I want to talk about is how to make profitable relationships. Okay, now, for either opportunities or relationships, you should start with the end in mind. So, number one, set goals. Before I'll talk about particularly how to talk about the relationship things, set goals. Define the goal. Please write it down. Set your goals. Define your goal. What do I really want in this phase of my life? Okay, I really want to make money. I really need to make 500K before coming back. Interesting. So in 6 months, I want to make 500K. So write it as a particular goal. Life starts when we set goals in motion. So don't just say, "I want to make money. I want to get a good IT place." No, I want a particular goal. Maybe your own goal is that I want certain kinds of certifications, or I want certain kinds of recommendations, or I want certain kinds of association. I want to have CEOs as friends. I want to have 10 CEOs as friends that are in this. Define your goal. Are we following what I'm saying? Now, number two, define the details of that goal. Right? Break down that goal into details. So I want to have certain kinds of relationships. What kind of relationships? I want to have high net worth relationships. I want to be close to at least people that are earning within the neighborhood of 500K and 1 million naira. I need to have at least 10 of them as friends, 5 of them as friends, 2 of them as friends, right? In my space. Go down to the details of that goal. Right? I want to start this business and I want to be supplying to 3 or 4 states as at the end of 6 months. Okay, write the details. What states, which kind of people are going to be your clientele? Very important. So after setting your goals, define the nitty-gritties of that goal. If you see your goal, meet your goal in the way, would you be able to identify it? Very powerful. Before we start engaging all these laws, and before we begin to inspire you on what to do and how to do them, you must define what you really want for yourself and define it with details. Are we following? Then number 3, explore every avenue. Begin to ask yourself, what avenues can I explore to achieve these goals? Ask yourself, what avenues can I explore to achieve these goals? Do I need to call my brother in the US? Do I need to call my sister in Lagos? Do I need to call 5 people that have graduated before me? What do I need? Write all the strategies. Are we following? Then number 4, take action on all of them. Take action brutally, consistently, elaborately. Take action on all of them. So define what you really want, your goals, right? Number 2, define the nitty-gritties of that goal, the details of that goals. Number 3, begin to check out all the avenues, itemize all the avenues. Maybe I should do a Facebook post, then I should call 3 of my friends, then I should also talk to people in my place of worship and all of that. Define all the avenues. Then number 4, take action. This is how to achieve anything holistically you want to really get. Now, let's talk about relationships in details. Please pay attention. The first law of success is the law of relationships. Many times we pursue things and do not know that it is actually people that own things. And so if we had rather pursued people, we would have gotten access to the things they have. We pursue things instead of pursuing people. The real pursuit in life, as in the regards manifesting your goals and all of that, should be the pursuit of people. With people come things. With people comes opportunities. With people come money. With people comes resources. Are we following? So what you really need, as it were, is relationships. Now there are 4 kinds of relationships I'll be talking about. 4 kinds of relationships. Number 1, mentors. Write it down. Mentors. Number 2, financiers. Number 3, connectors. Number 4, companions. On a broad scale, these are 4 major kinds of relationship you need. Let's start with mentors. Mentors, I call them also wisdom banks. This is the first kind and most important kind of relationship you need. You need people that will be accountable to. You need people that you will learn from. Do you know that your mentor could be your classmate? Your mentor could be your parents. Some of us, we have parents that are sages, that are wisdom banks, but we have never, people come to their houses for counseling, come to their offices for advice, but we just look down at them. Is it not daddy that farts in the bathroom when he goes to have his bath? And you do not take advantage of the wisdom of your dad. Please, the first thing you need is mentors. As you are going for IT, there are mentors. Are you following what I'm sharing? If you get into a work, look at the cadre of your job description and see those people that are the highly placed in the helms of affairs, and seek to have 1, 2, 3 mentors from them, and you meet them personally and approach them officially, right? I'll talk about the universal law to accessing relationships. So you go to meet them and you say, I want you to mentor me, sir. Okay. Number 2, financiers. Financiers means people that will either gift you resources or will patronize you. So in the world of money, that's where they are relevant, as it were. The world of financial resources. Okay, there are people, there are uncles and aunties that they just love you, and anytime you have a need, you call them. I need to buy a phone. You know, that's like a financier. Okay, that person may not really be a mentor. Okay, but he's there for you. He's there to give you. He may even also be your friend. Are we following? These things are not necessarily age, bound and gender bound and all of those things. It just talks about the role the person plays. You'll be shocked. The person that will be your best mentor might be older than you, or you might be older than. All right. So after mentors, financiers, very powerful. This will have resources to offer. Number 3, connectors. So there are people that may not have wisdom to advise you. They may not have resources to give to you, but they are connectors. For instance, they could be anybody, but I want to just mention a set of people that we usually look down on. Drivers, cleaners, gate men and women, PAs, messengers, clerks, secretaries. All of those people that walk around big men, they may not be able to give you money or counsel. In fact, many times they can even mentor you. That's the funny thing, because they have watched their bosses and they can tell you his secrets and share them with you. Are you following? They are not necessarily out to practice those secrets, but they just by privilege and proximity, they have access to all those things. So you will be very unwise and unsmart if you despise drivers. I usually tell people, when you get into a company, greet very well anybody you meet. There are companies and institutions that the CEOs or the managers, top managers, just look very simple. Some of them may even wear pump slippers and all of those things. You'll be expecting them to look all corporate. You are joking. Some of them may come up with shorts and stuff like that, looking very simple. Don't play with anybody. Men just drop that to us. From the gate man, greet the person well. And I'm not saying that because you want to give people well, you now be humble and you'll be licking people's feet and all. That's not what I'm really saying. But there's a way you can show real sympathy in greeting somebody. Good morning, sir. I'm happy to really meet you. How is everything? While you're waiting for the boss, you engage in conversations with the secretary. How has work been? It's not really stressful. Just crack a lot of jokes. Say, man, one day maybe I'll just come and be assisting you here. Whatever. You don't know who you may be talking to. Those people might be connectors. They can recommend you to the king. Number 4 is companions. These people are just there for your emotional reasons. Now, you also need them. I'm not really talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, all those naughty things, but you need people that are friends. There are friends in your life, you just unwind with them. You just love them. You may not necessarily learn a lot of knowledge. It will be good if your friend is more like a mentor, very good. But they're just certain people you just want to play with, just joke, just chit chat. They're there for you during your birthdays and all of those things. A mentor may not really be there for you during your birthday, right? But you need and you need that. You need places where you can pass the night when you don't have a house. You need places like that. Some of us will be relocating or traveling, to some other city for our IT. You need families. You need people that are there. So certain people are companions. And let's say, okay, you're doing your IT in another city, maybe Benin City, okay, and there's nobody there, right? And you rent an accommodation. You need, in your place of work, you need to connect with certain people that will be like companions, so that maybe years to come, when you be traveling around, you have a house to sleep in. Is that okay? This is the purpose of having companions. So some people, they are all mentorship concerned. If you don't have wisdom to give to me, you can't be my friend, right? Yes, I agree with you. There are mentors, but not only that. Some people, it's finances. If you don't have money, right now I need money, especially, sorry, maybe some ladies, if the guy doesn't have money, you are just talking wisdom. You have nothing to do with the person. No. Finances has a place. I appreciate the person, yes. Some people is connectors. You don't have wisdom. You don't have money. Your English is not even correct. You don't have money. Your English is not even correct. So I'm not going to do anything with you, please. You need connectors. That person might be a real connector. I have people in my life that if I want to be connected, if I have somebody, in Niger State, that if I want to connect to anybody, when I say anybody in the state, he can connect me to the person. Anybody. He's not a popular person. He's not even, so religious as it were and all of that. He's a relation. If that guy wants to connect me, he has connections. There is no conversation you speak with him that he doesn't have somebody big. In fact, I think his house at a point was built by a politician. And this is not, I don't know him for shady deals, but he just has a way with people. There are people like that. I have them. I wanted to do something with with a parastatal recently, and he just made some calls and all of that. So there are connectors. I don't think he has ever given me cash, but he's a connector. Don't play with those people, right? Even your campus, in your school, SUG, there are some guys that they call PRO and all of those things. They are connectors. Don't play with them. Then finally, companions, right? There are some people, they are just there, they love you, they are loyal to you. If you ask them, give me advice on my business, they don't even have anything to say, but they are there for you. If you lose somebody, they'll be the one to be there to comfort you. If you are sick, they will cook food for you. They are companions. So how many did I mention? Let's say it together. Number one, mentors. Yes. Number two, yes, speak up, everybody. Number two, financiers. Thank you. Number three, connectors. Powerful. Number four, companions. So these are the people that will change your destiny forever. These are the four major people that you need in your life. Please don't try to convert a mentor to a financier. You are meeting a mentor. I remember a guy came to me recently. He just needed counsel. The way he was talking was so stressed and strained. So I asked him, what do you really want? Is it money you need or something? He says, sir, I did not come for you for money. I came to just open my heart to you. At the end of the day, I just supported him with something little that I had. But I saw the heart, and I think I shared some things with him, and I even helped him, counsel him on some digital products. I've not confirmed, but I think he's doing far better financially right now. So some people, don't try to convert a mentor to a companion. Your mentor, you want to be chatting with him every 5 minutes. It may not always work. Or your connector to a financier and all those things. Just know the place. Right now, if we had time, we would have done, a quality test, and I would have asked you to write down about 16 people and ask you to categorize them in your life. Now, you should have all these spaces filled up. Some of us, we have 3 spaces filled up, but the other is not filled. You should have a fair amount of mentors in your life. You should have a fair amount of financiers in your life. Some of us, if you are broke right now, if you are stranded, you don't have somebody to call, send me 5,000, send me 2,000. Say, I'm not just talking about irresponsible, urgent 2K, but you should have somebody that you can rely on. Okay, send me 20K right now. Send me 50K. You need such people. You need rich people in your life. Are you following? Then connectors. How many? Do you have a lot of connectors? You need to fill up these spaces. Companions, do you have a lot of companions? You need to fill up these spaces. Are we following? Would have done that practical, but it's just a short presentation so that others will speak as well. Okay, what is the universal law of building or accessing relationships? Now, relationships, if you want relationships to hold, relationships may not always hold on your terms. It will most likely hold on the terms of the other. Some of us want relationships on our terms. Yes, I understand that there should be a level of value system you uphold. So let's say if you are a drug addict, I cannot be that close to you. Very true. Very true. I understand.